Hey Internet, Eric here. A few weeks ago, I reviewed the original Lost Boys movie. It was per request of my buddy Horror Gamer. Feel free to go check out that review. In that review, I discussed how I said I was going to do the whole series of Lost Boys films. There's only three, so today I'm going to talk about its sequel, Lost Boys: The Tribe. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I do discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, watch at your own risk, what have you. Basic plot is, this is 2008, I believe. We are following brother and sister Tad Hilgenbrinck and Autumn Reeser. Tad was in one of the straight-to-video American Pie movies. I think it was Band Camp. He was the Stifler character. Doesn't matter. And then Autumn Reeser, don't know what she's from. I believe it's Mike and Nicole. No, not Mike and Nicole. Chris and Nicole. Michael's in the first movie. They are Emersons. Emersons is the family of Michael and Sam and the mom. Their parents are dead. I don't know how they're related to the Emersons. It's never stated. They are moving to Luna Bay, and they find a shanty to live with, live in from their aunt. And eventually they go to a party. There's a bunch of beach bums and bikers and surfers there. Eventually, Nicole hooks up with this guy. He's the head vampire. It's basically Lost Boys. He hooks up with the head vampire, played by Angus Sutherland, who is the half-brother of Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer was David in the first movie. She drinks his blood, becomes a half-vampire. And then Chris, with the help of returning Corey Feldman as Edgar Frog, tries to rescue his sister from becoming a whole vampire. It's Lost Boys, but the roles are reversed. Wow. Let's see. When did the first one come out? I don't remember if it was like 86, 87. So basically 20 years later, this came out. Huge hoopla. Everyone was excited. It's an okay follow-up. It's not that great. It's not as shitty as people say. My main problem is Tad, the guy who plays... I'm just going to call him Chris. I could probably be fucking up his name. It could be something else. It doesn't matter. He's not... He's kind of like Jason Patrick from the first one, in the meaning that he is... You don't care about him. His performance isn't that great, but it's not that shitty. I do actually believe when he is worried for his sister and looking out for him. But otherwise, he just comes off as kind of blah. He is just like Jason Patrick. He's the lead of this film, and no, you don't really care about him here nor there. Same with Autumn Reeser. Her performance is really bland as well. Don't give a shit about her at all. And she's got some of the worst lines in this film. There is a lot of cheesy dialogue here. Like one of the worst things said in this film is when she finds out she's turned into a vampire and she doesn't know how she's going to deal with it because I'm a vegetarian. Just shit like that. It's stupid. So the leads suck. All right, just like in The Lost Boys, the leads suck. Angus Sutherland as the head vampire. He's not as cool as David, but you know what? I liked his performance as well. It's very low key. He's not as menacing as David was in the first one, but he's still one you can still believe that he's not one you would want to cross as well, because he's so low key. He's less intimidating looking as David was. I mean, this is how he dresses the whole time in the movie. He's got these clothes and shades. So he's going kind of like the mysterious route. I like when he is in confrontation with the Chris character. You don't know which one of those two would win in a fight, but you would know that Angus would fight dirty. Like, even if he wasn't a vampire, the way he comes off, like he would be a dirty fighter. Chris would want to fight hand to hand, and Angus would pick up a rock or something or use. So I liked his performance. The main reason everybody wanted to see this movie. Corey Feldman returns as Edgar Frog. It's kind of a glorified cameo. He is not in it a lot. I do like his chemistry with Tad Hilgenbrinck because I like how Tad I'm gonna go back and forth calling him Tad and Chris. I like how Tad keeps gets his name wrong and calls him Eddie, and Edgar has to keep correcting him. There's a little bit of damage given to Edgar Frog since all this time has passed. He says he's lost a family member to the dark side, which is why he's willing to help get the sister back. I like a lot of what we see of him. I like the scene where he's making Tad read the comic books while he's drinking frog juice with it, which is was it raw eggs, garlic, and holy water. Like he puts it all in a little cup and he mixes it around and drinks it. I like that. I like when we think we're going to get first introduced to him, they go to Edgar Frog's trailer, and he's got salt, poured around it and garlic all around the trailer. I like that little bit of stuff. When we're first introduced to him, it's kind of dumb. The brother and sister are going at it, and Edgar comes out of nowhere and knocks her out with a surfboard and said, "I'm Edgar Frog, surfboard shaper and vampire hunter." That's lame. But that's not on Corey Feldman. That's the writing. The writing is not very good in this movie at all. Overall, though, I do like Corey Feldman. I like him in this film. He's got some goofy one-liners, some really stupid one-liners, but you know what? He's putting his all in this film. He's trying to make Edgar fun in what he knows isn't the best script in the world. So really like Angus Sutherland, really like Corey Feldman. Don't like the two leads, so it's kind of like what I said about The Lost Boys. Now, my other major problem with this film is the other vampires. Now, we didn't get much from the group of vampires that wasn't Kiefer Sutherland in the first one. We get a lot of these guys, and they're just fucking dorks, and I hate them. They're surfers, but they're annoying. They have these annoying laughs. They're always trying to fight with each other. They're just fucking stupid. An ongoing bit that they like to do is because they are vampires. They like to walk around. They like to stab each other. And like rip each other's guts out just to piss the other guy off, and it's just lame. It's just lame performances. I don't like any. I don't like the black guy with the accent. I don't like the skinny white dude. And then there's this guy here, the tough looking one who used to be on the surfing circuit with him here. He's very intimidating for a lot of it, but you throw him and he's fine by himself. But when you throw him with these other dorks, you don't really care. I mean, because he's associated, and then he becomes like a dork himself. So another downside of this movie is the fucking group of vampires in this film, and you're not intimidated by them because they're a bunch of fools. They're walking around, playing tricks on each other. And then there's just weird, random, unnecessary scenes. Like there's a Tom Savini cameo when we're first introduced to this group of vampires. They're surfing on his beach, and they kill him because he's a vampire himself, but they kill him just because they do. So Tom Savini's in it for 2 minutes. There's another weird, random scene. Eventually, Edgar tells Chris that he has got to save Nicole. He's got to get deep within this group, the tribe, as Angus calls them. Like I said, I don't even remember Angus's character's name, but we'll call him Angus. He's got to deep within. He's got to join them. Get as close as he can to them so he can save Nicole. And his initiation to joining the group is to get his skateboard and join them as they harass the cops by knocking on the windows of the police station and then having the cops chase them in a really cheesy action sequence where they're running away on dirt bikes. Yeah, makes no sense. Totally lame, totally random, totally stupid. I like the makeup. I like how they took the way they looked in the first one, where they had the high brow and they had the fangs, and they upped it up a little bit. They made them more, I guess, looking like 30 Days of Night. I liked the makeup. I liked it. Although when Tad finally changes, You could tell, you could really see the makeup appliances. It does look really bad, but I like how they kept that look, that horrifying look, and they upped it a little bit. The gore is pretty decent. When they rip apart Tom Savini, or when the dorks are stabbing each other and the guts are falling out, pretty good. There's some blood vomiting, which is pure shitty CGI, so that's really noticeable and bad. But overall, the practical effects are really, really good, and the vampires are still dying in creative ways, because no two vampire dies the same way. My favorite one is when this chick is impaled on antlers, like a moose head on the wall, antlers, and she turns into like a stone statue and just explodes everywhere. That was cool. I've never seen that before in a vampire film, so that was cool. That was creative. It was done really well. It looked neat. Yeah, overall, like I said, the writing's bad. The vampires are dorks. Don't really give a shit about the two leads. But I really like. Oh, well, I really like Angus Sutherland. He's no Kiefer Sutherland, but I like his low key performance. Corey Feldman is doing what he can to make this movie fun, or at least make Edgar Frog fun, and that makes it watchable. That makes it somewhat enjoyable. Although, and I'll tell you this, the final confrontation left me wanting more. When it's Chris versus Angus, and they're going at it, and it's kind of a brutal hand-to-hand combat fight, and it just finally stops. I won't say how Angus is defeated. It just kind of ends there, and you're just like, what? No, come on, more. We needed more of that. It was getting to be so good, and then it just stops. It's kind of like in my Prince of Darkness review, the John Carpenter film, it just kind of just ends there. I made a joke about idle hands. When the hand is defeated, it just goes, and I think either Seth Green or Eldon Henson says, "But that's it. No major explosion, just that." That's kind of how I'm left feeling when Angus is defeated in Lost Boys: The Tribe. So it sounds like there's more negative than good, but you know what? I'm going in there knowing it's 90-minute vampire movie that's straight to video. It's okay. It's nothing fantastic. It's worth one watch. I bought it sight unseen. I've watched it quite a few times because when I get in the mood to watch the first one, I like to watch the other two. Not shitty, not fantastic. It's just okay. Watch it for the cheesy one-liners from Feldman. Watch it for Angus Sutherland. That's about it. Like I said, good practical gore effects. Mid-credits scene. Corey Haim does show up for 45 seconds to maybe a minute and a half. That's interesting. I'll give it that. But yeah, in the end, Lost Boys: The Tribe, worth a watch. Maybe twice. That's it. Nothing special. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share. Tell your friends. Comment below. Click the bell. Whatever. I have Lost Boys: The Thirst coming. And after that, Bronco Juggalo, if you're watching, me and Bronco Juggalo is a newer YouTuber that I've finally come into contact with over the last few months. We have this little challenge that's going to happen between the two of us where we challenge each other to watch movies. He challenged me to watch and review Strangeland with D. Snyder. That is coming, dude. I've just been so fucking tired lately with work and lots of stuff, and I gotta get the Lost Boys series out, and then we'll get to Strangeland. But like I said, thank you for watching. Give Lost Boys: The Tribe a shot. If you loved the first one, lower your expectations big time. If you thought the first one was just meh, you might enjoy this. Okay? It is what it is. Just, God, that group of vampires just fucking annoyed the hell out of me. So, but in the end, I will say cheers, and who ordered the steak? Yeah, that's how some of the one-liners are, but Feldman's trying, guys.